All right, we're going to look at the new AP DBQ Rubric. If I forget to delete this after the end of this year, it's going to be because, I need to, because it's just for this year only. The new AP DBQ Rubric is just for this year only. So I've already talked about it in one of my open office hours online. I can do that again, but I'll put a link to the actual rubric in the YouTube video so you can kind of see it. Here's just kind of my quick notes on it, so you can kind of see it real quick. But guys, normally the AP DBQ is on a 7-point scale. This year it's going to be on a 10-point scale. And remember, for this year and hopefully for this year only, it's going to be a 45-minute exam with only the DBQ, 45 minutes long. You're doing it online. I'll put the time in the notes, the description of this video, or in the comment section. But guys, you're going to have a thesis. Remember, the thesis answers the prompt. I have so many kids who I've seen write great essays, but they don't technically answer the prompt. And so because of that, they get marked down. Don't do that. Answer the prompt. Don't restate the prompt. Don't just rephrase the prompt as your thesis. Make a thesis that's original. You kids can do that. And when you do that, that's how you're going to get the point. Also, make sure you have a line of reasoning.
Just normal rich, or do you? I wonder which one you mean. Just normal rich, or a billion, or everybody being a trillion billionaire.
What are you talking about? Dan, I have no idea what you're talking about. All right. Oh, did I say that? All right. Now, guys, so a line of reasoning. Establish a line of reasoning in your thesis. A line of reasoning. Specific facts. Why your thesis is right. Remember, your thesis is like an argument. And so, why are you right? What's the line of reasoning? Give some rationale. Don't just say it is in your thesis. This is the right point of view. Why is it the right point of view? How is it the right point of view? Now, you don't make an argument in your thesis like you do in the body paragraph. Save that for your body paragraphs. But give some specific reasons why you think you're right. Why you think your thesis is the correct answer. So, a line of reasoning. If you need more info on that, check my Google Classroom, and you can see some examples of a good thesis or a poor thesis on there. But now, guys, contextualization. We're going to score the contextualization in the introductory paragraph, just like the thesis. So our introductory paragraph, we're going to open up with contextualization and then finish with the thesis. So we're going to score 2 of the now 10 points of the DBQ in this opening paragraph, introductory paragraph. So contextualization, all you're doing is you're describing broader historical contexts relevant to the prompt. So you connect it to broad historical themes. It could be from before the prompt's focus, during the prompt's focus, after the prompt's focus. But you're kind of situating how it all ties into the whole prompt, and your argument ties into greater, bigger historical themes. That's all you're really doing there. And so, guys, kind of keep that in mind. You're connecting to broad historical themes. Broad historical themes. For more information on contextualization and what it is and what it isn't, go to the Google Classroom. I have several posts on it. But broad historical themes are kind of vast. They're not narrow. They're specifics. So, like, if your prompt was I think I actually did this for the actual Google Classroom, but if your prompt is about let's say post-Civil War Reconstruction America, if that's what your prompt is about, and like, was this era a gain for civil rights or not, you could connect it to maybe what African Americans were experiencing before the Civil War, and then tie it into what's going on during Reconstruction. There's a million different ways to do contextualization. Check the Google Classroom for more specifics. Now, guys, the evidence section is going to have 5 points. 3 points are going to be for using documents. Now, to get the full 3 points for documents, the document part of the evidence, you're going to have to use 4 documents. So you're going to have to use 4 documents to support your argument. 4 documents that support your argument will get you 3 points. If you just use 2 documents and it doesn't really support your argument, you get 1 point. If you use 2 documents to specifically support your argument, you're using the document to structure your argument, to support your argument, to make your argument. If you use just 2 documents, then you get 2 points. You get the full 3 points of the document evidence section by going ahead and using 4 documents to support your argument here. So you can see right here. So the evidence section is getting 5 points. You get 3 points for using 4 documents to support your argument. The other 2 points of the evidence sections comes from outside information. Information not found in the document. So you're going to have to give 2 pieces of outside information that support your argument relevant to the prompt, but weren't found at all in the document. You're getting that out of your brain. Now, this is an open note, open book test, but it is timed. So you might run out of time kind of quick here. So you can't dawdle, so it's going to be good to just know this in advance. But do remember, it is an open note, open book test. Now they're going to have software detection. Don't you dare cheat. Don't you dare plagiarize. They're going to have a bunch of software to detect cheating and plagiarism and things like that. Be honest, but they do say it's open note, open book. Just be smart, follow the rules. But if you only got 1 outside piece of information, then you get 1 point. But they want 2 for 2 points. If you just get 1, then you get 1 point. So 5 points for evidence, 3 points if you use 4 documents to support your argument, 2 more points for outside information relevant to your argument, supporting your argument. That gets us up to 7 points total. The last 3 come from the analysis and reasoning section. You're going to get 2 points for explaining how or why the documents. So you use 4 documents. Then 2 of these 4 documents that you've already used. 2 of the 4 documents that you already used. And you could do it at the same time you're doing it, using the documents. But for 2 of the documents that you use, you're going to explain why the document's point of view, purpose, historical situation, and or intended audience is relevant to the argument. So you're going to go into more detail on 2 of the 4 documents. And it's okay to be blatant and make it obvious that you're doing what you're doing. It's okay to say, the point of view of this document is blah, blah, blah. The intended audience of this document is blah, 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 blah. But remember, you have to do it in relation to your argument, how it supports your argument, how the purpose of the document, the historical situation, the point of view, the intended audience, how it's all relevant to the argument. And then you get and so you do that for 2 documents, then you get 2 more points. So notice, that's 5 points for documents. Now, if you were only to do this for 1 of your documents, then you get 1 point there. And you might think you're doing it, but they might not give you credit for it. So you have to make sure you do it well. Now, you don't have to go on and write a whole essay about the point of view of a document. But, make sure you do it well in a sentence or 2. Make sure you do a good job of that, supporting your argument. Yes. All right. Now there's one last point. This gets us up to 9 points. There's one last point. Complex reasoning. And so if it asks you to compare something, if you do a good job comparing it, it could be that. This is probably the harder to understand part of the rubric. But like if you were to show like multiple causes, if it asks you for cause, qualifying an argument, modifying an argument, like qualifying an argument, if it says, like maybe what is something, and you say it is this in some situations but not this in other situations, that might be qualifying an argument. Modifying an argument. I think I've given you guys some examples before about this. So like if like causes of the Great Depression, if I say here's a cause, but it's over exaggerated, it's overstated. Maybe I think the stock market collapse is an over exaggerated cause. So my thesis is, although many people claim that the stock market collapse is the primary cause of the Great Depression, it's overstated, and maybe the overproduction of the 1920s and the overconsumption of the 1920s, and maybe Hoover's Smoot-Hawley tariff. These are stronger causes for why the Great Depression is as bad as it is. Then I'm modifying and qualifying, and so that's what kind of counts. Looking at multiple variables with nuance, and that's where if it says like what is this or what caused this, you look at multiple things but with nuance. So you're kind of saying this is maybe a bigger cause, this is not so much. Maybe looking at just a variety of different causes, variety of different effects, maybe how it affected something further on down the line. There's a whole bunch of options here to kind of score this complexity point. We'll talk more about it on the Google Classroom, but I'm just going to give you this brief overview of what it looks like, because we kind of talked about what the real DBQ look like, and we're actually going to spend some time rating DBQs in class. Obviously, we can't do that now this month. But I'm going to give you guys a practice DBQ that if you write, I'll kind of give you feedback and score it how I see it. But guys, give me questions, give me feedback. Have a good day.